Vampyr. Vampyr, whatever the fuck it's called. Let's get this shit going. Ooh, heavy metal. Oh no. I thought it was heavy metal, but I guess not. Why is it so easy to delete it, dude? That's a fucking whack, right? I don't know, just put it right here. Just press square. Oh, I hit square by accident. I'm fucking deleting my shit now. Anyways, I hope y'all are doing. I hope y'all doing good. Hope y'all having a good ass day. Come on, load, baby, load. See how many dumbasses we killed this time. I know the last time I saw the key, they started like running away and shit, and I think I got frustrated already in this bitch, right? Okay. Coming back up here?
Oh, that's gonna suck.
Oh, bitch. See, this is what I don't like about this game, dude. He doesn't recharge back. He's supposed to be a vampire, and it's just ridiculous that the kills, it takes forever to kill the fucking enemies. And I think it's fucking ridiculous. It's like an MMO or something. You see points coming out and shit like that. Understand, you're getting shanked. You're getting stabbed by a fucking weapon while he's shooting me. So yes, it's understandable that I'll die faster, but I stabbed him several fucking times and nothing happened. That motherfucker was still fucking alive after I stabbed him like maybe what, 6, 7 times? He's supposed to be dead, especially with that fucking knife. Give me a fucking break, dudes. If y'all motherfuckers make a part 2 of this game, you really need to sit down and see what happens when a person gets hit with a fucking machete or a sword. Give me a fucking break, dude. I think this is why I don't fucking really don't stick my head into this fucking video game that much, man. It just pisses me off that people don't know. Look at this. I'm using this shit to disappear, and I got shot. Fucking stupid fuck. Yeah, running away like a fucking bitch because I can't do a damn thing. See, they should make a fucking thing where you could kill them. Kill them. Right behind a fucking attack. But it's a fucking attack where you suck their fucking shit. Now give me a fucking break. Stop fucking locking, dude. Run, nigga. Run, nigga. You fucking coward. You got no choice to run, dude. No choice to run, dude. Oh, get the fuck out of here with this shit, man. Y'all fucking bad, dude. I'm probably gonna delete this fucking game. You know what? I'm glad that I did not. I'm glad that I did not fucking waste my money on this fucking game, dude. I just borrowed this fucking game from a friend, so I'm fucking happy as hell that I did not waste my money on this piece of shit game. And this shit, I don't know if this shit's glitched or this is just a place where I could lay down, you know.
What can I do for you,
Do I
Doctor?
have to talk to people? Maybe I have to talk to everybody here, huh? There ain't nothing I can talk to. Oh, here it is.
And Mr. Hampton, the patient we brought in. How does he fare?
I gave him a sedative to help him sleep. Poor thing was in quite a state of shock.
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
Okay, so I'm done with her. So I have to talk to this jackass and see what he got.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical techniques.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want? To save him, or to prove your point?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reed. Especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
Okay. So.
Tell me Mr. Fiddick's story.
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident.
But why would he hide such crucial information from us?
Because he is a proud father.
I think I
Ashamed
went
of
the wrong
putting
way,
his
that's
children
what
at
it was.
risk because of his own negligence.
So I started going up the other way, and it looked like their energies got bigger, right? Am I right?
This personal involvement could also appear to be a lack of impartiality. You must know that a good surgeon must remain neutral.
I agree. But that does not excuse Dr. Ackroyd's behavior. A man who did not even take time to converse with his patient.
Do you think keeping his distance was a mistake?
All I know is that I'm taking care of human beings with desires, hopes, and fears. Not some biological machine comprised of blood, bones, and flesh.
I went to go get something to drink real quick. Again.
I located the shop, but it was vandalized, and the owner is missing. All I found was your order.
I was afraid of such bad news. People are so desperate they're ready to burgle a shop.
Let's start
for
doing
drugs.
that shit,
That's
man.
quite a list you ordered.
Horrible.
Opium, sodium hypochlorite. It can't be just headaches you're trying to cure.
This dreadful influenza, of course. I already ran some tests on hopeless cases. Without success, I must admit.
Do you realize you could create a lethal poison without the correct dosage? Then there are the legal ramifications.
Is this not true of any medical substance, Dr. Reed? However, if you would agree to improve it, I'd be glad to accept your help.
As long as you promise to be scrupulous with your experiments, I may try to gather these substances and even help improve upon the mixture.
That's all I'm asking for, Dr. Reed. That's all I'm asking.
Okay. Okay. Let's just leave them.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland. I can't let Strickland put his patients at risk with opium. Perhaps an adjusted formula will deliver more of a placebo effect.
I never could keep anything from it.
Alright, we're getting out of this motherfucker, so I hope the bars go lower. Okay, that's too much. Okay, what the hell is this? Do I have to go over there? What the fuck is going on with this shit, dude? Okay. Is he in there? Zappa was all fucking. Well, look at that shit. The slow down on that shit. You saw that?
If only there were more of us, with less resignation and more determination.
Okay. Oh, so he's inside.
You're pushing yourself too hard.
Shut up. This is ridiculous.
Let you down, my boy.
Whoa.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. May I help you?
I
He
don't
was
know
kinda
if a
whack.
third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
Are you satisfied with your treatment here?
Well, it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be injured. Forgive my bluntness, but you seem overwhelmed by cases of the flu.
I won't lie to you about it. I'm afraid we are.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reed? I have the feeling you're very capable, and your colleagues seem to think so too.
In other circumstances, you would be right. But for now, I don't think I can take on the responsibility. My apologies. Tell me about yourself, Mr. Fiddick.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed, so I can return to work and to my family.
I was more curious about what you were doing before being hospitalized.
I'm a carpenter, and a good one too. But that means I need both arms to feed my family, Dr. Reed.
Tell me about the doctors who are arguing about your case.
Strickland and Aykroyd. They both want the best for me, but there's a lot of pride there. Doctors are no different from carpenters, it seems.
What do you mean?
I often had professional arguments with rivals on a building site. Difference is I disagreed about wooden nails, not flesh and bones.
Okay.
Tell me about your injury, Harvey. Why do you feel so guilty about it?
My wife died because of me. And now I may lose everything because I've been careless enough to hurt myself. What an arsehole.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
Always need the words to calm the children, Helen. As for me, what a blundering idiot.
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Can I help at all?
No,
Really? Why are you here, then?
I don't want to talk. My throat hurts too much.
I suppose that this pain is the reason you're here. Is someone taking care of you?
Yes. And no.
Could you at least tell me your name, sir?
Mortimer. Mortimer Goswick.
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
I'm sure you realize a doctor and his patient have to communicate, sir. Would it help if I gave you some paper and a pen?
Not really.
I see. Then maybe it's not just your throat that hurts, Mr. Goswick. Perhaps your sore throat is just the consequence of something more hurtful.
Yes, maybe. But I don't want to talk or even write about it now.
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Goswick.
I don't want to talk, Doctor.
You fucking asshole.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
I'm alright. Don't waste your time with me.
You're an idiot. Let's talk to this idiot.
Good evening, madam. Can I help you?
It's my son who needs you, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. How can I help your son?
I'm Beatrice Goswick, mother of Mortimer Goswick. Could you check on him, please, Dr. Reed? I've heard much of your talents as a physician.
What can you tell me about yourself, Mrs. Goswick?
Not much to say. Just take care of my Mortimer and I'll cover all the expenses. That's all that matters.
May I ask if you have an occupation, Mrs. Goswick?
I'm a teacher by profession. I teach young women who are more ambitious about their futures than their families.
Are you really that rich? Most of the patients here are of a more humble origin, if I may say so.
Yes, thanks to my husband. May he rest in peace. I can cover any needed medical expenses.
What do you think of your reception here? Any complaints?
I have had the uttermost reservations about this hospital since we arrived. But we had no other choice, considering the state of emergency.
Is there something in particular that's bothering you?
Some of the staff were not especially welcoming. I suspect they're not accustomed to dealing with patients of such social standing.
Tell me more about your arrival at the Pembroke Hospital. What gave you such a bad first impression?
The ambulance driver was quite rude, for a start. And that nurse, Miss Hawkins, seems to have quite a dubious attitude.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the epidemic. It was a relief, but it wasn't cheap.
She charged you for a bed?
Yes, and I paid without question, considering the urgency of the situation.
That's fucked up.
I share your concern, Mrs. Goswick. Be sure that I'll talk to the people involved.
I don't expect compensation, Dr. Reed. But I'm aware such behavior would not be tolerated in other hospitals.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Doctor.
Ay, ay, ay.
I'm alright. Don't waste your time with me.
This hospital seems to be falling apart. But in the Good evening, Doctor. How is my son doing?
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
I want to talk to him.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
Why did your mother have you hospitalized here? She seems convinced this is a bad hospital.
My mother just wants the best for me. She won't rest while I'm here. She'd go all the way to hell and back to help me.
Pembroke Hospital may look unorthodox, but rest assured you're in good hands here.
It's not me you have to convince, Dr. Reed. It's my mother.
Is your mother bothering you? As your doctor, I can ask her to leave you alone if you would prefer.
That's tempting, Doctor. But you have no idea what my mother is capable of. She would tie herself to my bed if you asked her to leave.
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
I'll let you get some rest, then.
I'm all right. Don't waste your time with me.
Good evening, Doctor. How is my son doing?
Man, I can't open nothing.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Run to the damn.
What can I do for you, Doctor?
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
Let you down, Mike. Will this shift never end?
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
Nothing cracked open.
I want to know about these secret tests you run, and if they can save people from this epidemic. Speak to me now, Thoreau.
I know I may sound presumptuous, but I'm just following your steps, Dr. Reed. I'm casting away the shadows of ignorance by daring to face them.
Self-confidence is essential in our line of work, my young colleague, but only if tempered with the correct amount of cynicism.
But you never doubt yourself, Dr. Reed. I've read all your articles and books. You performed the most daring research during the war.
Okay.
You have my support, Dr. Strickland. I know exactly what it feels like to battle an unknown disease with only your mind and force of will to help you.
Thank you, Dr. Reed. You don't know what that means to me.
Damn it. Damn it, son of a bitch. All these are fucking locked. Damn
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
I will not let you...
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Any news about my operation?
Tell me about your injury, Harvey. Why do you feel so guilty about it?
My wife died because of me. And now I may lose everything because I've been careless enough to hurt myself. What an arsehole.
You can't hold yourself responsible for your injury, Mr. Fiddick. Unless you tried to hurt yourself.
Of course I didn't hurt myself. But I can't work until my arm is fixed. My children need to eat, Doctor.
How could your job be responsible for your wife's death?
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught in a German bomb raid.
Tell me more about the death of your wife, Harvey.
1915. I was in the army, building workshops for the Royal Flying Corps. Helen was happy I wasn't sent to the front.
What happened?
The Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the construction site, but they missed their target. My wife was bringing my dinner when the bombs fell.
I'm sorry for your loss. So many died during the bombings. I served in France and witnessed the carnage there.
I would like to say that she didn't suffer. Truth is, I have no idea. I just know that I'm all that me kids have. Poor little bleeders.
How are your children after losing their mother?
They were smaller then. The only good thing about this is my Helen didn't bring them with her that night.
Okay, unlock everything on here. Yeah, I did.
Goodbye for now, Fiddick. I'll see you later.
I will not let you down, my boy.
Sleep in here. Nothing but screaming and shit. Man, no secretary really, dude. A bunch of jackasses over here. Okay, let's go upstairs. I didn't even know there was upstairs. Look at me, I'm so stupid. Let's run around in here first.
It's locked, all right.
Yeah. Everything's gonna be fucking locked. Watch. Oh,
Not now.
fucking door. You son of a bitch. Okay. Attach some bitch a little bit. Oh, I can't look at my weapons or what? Oh, there they are. I think I'm gonna use somewhere. How do we equip this shit? How do we use it? I want to know how to use this shit. Huh. Alright, whatever, dude. Okay. What it is, I have to figure that shit later on. Oh shit, there's shit over there. Okay, so let's walk around in
It's locked.
here. Yep. Oh shit, Sherlock. Oh, look at this.
This must be the place. It's definitely away from prying eyes. Relegated to the shadows. A kingdom of my own. At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin. Strickland's project could be dangerous. I have a mind to report him to Dr. Aykroyd.
Okay.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
Okay, good for you. Gonna feed it some water? Huh? I can't get this shit. Get there, shit. It needs water. Water. Okay, I ain't gonna read this shit. Y'all pause it if y'all want to. Okay, do we have anything? No, we don't. Okay, we made something. Yeah! Oh, shit. Oh, shit, what am I gonna do? What was it? I could have got this one and done this one, right? That was stupid, I didn't do it. Oh well, that's enough of that shit. Okay, that was bullets and shit, right? Oh, there's the water. Enough. Let's see. I did. I don't. You fucker, I don't have shit. You know what? I should have fucking done that, right? But no. Okay, how do you restart it? Do you? Oh, yes. Uh-oh. Did I fuck it up? I think I did. Damn, I didn't see that vampire shit bullshit in the corner. Oh, no. No. I got it. Oh, let's check it out real quick. Okay, now I'm gonna raise this one. See if I can do this one again. Probably don't have enough now. I told you. Let's go. Okay, deceased. He died. I guess he died. Oh, not my fault. Motherfuckers are dying left and right over here. Oh, I thought I saw the water here. Oh no. No, get the hell off. Get out, boy. What's wrong with you? Let's go. This thing needs water.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
Oh, I don't know where to get water, brother. So you're asking the wrong person. Oh, maybe right here. Oh, too bad. Didn't die. Got some more stairs up here. Time out, man. I have to fucking put this damn fan up a little bit more. Alright. Oh wow, dude, what the fuck? There's gonna be stairs, but there's gonna be a little more like fuck you stairs. Okay, so this side lead me the same way. A door with nothing. Wait.
Please come back later.
You can't even sleep police, man. Shit. Ah.
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor. I don't think we've been introduced yet. My name is Pippa Hawkins.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Some
Dr.
fucked up
Swansea
name.
has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
Doctor?
How would you describe the situation at the Pembroke Hospital?
It's serious. The flu is wreaking havoc amongst the staff and patients. We are running out of everything.
Nurse Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't last forever.
Yep.
Even the Black Plague didn't kill everyone.
I wish I could believe you. But what if this
It's like
epidemic was
COVID-19.
worse?
It ain't gonna last with shit.
What if in the end,
People
nobody was spared?
Start taking care of
You
yourselves.
must get a hold of yourself, nurse.
Sorry, I'm exhausted. No one has any idea when this epidemic will be over.
How long have you been a nurse?
Or long enough to see that the epidemic is winning. And no matter how qualified you are, don't tell me you'll change that.
After the time of this shit, man, you're just fucking talking away.
You're right. When dealing with such a terrible disease, one must remain humble. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't try our best.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't want to sound bitter, but I'm just too tired to give a pep talk like Nurse Brannigan.
Starting to sound like an asshole, huh?
How is the Pembroke staff coping with the epidemic?
Well, not well. Milton, the ambulance driver, is even more grumpy than usual, especially concerning doctors.
Hold up, I gotta fix something. Fuck, hold up. Alright. Oh my god.
Why is Milton grumpy on a daily basis? Is it just an act?
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation, whether he deserved it or not.
Why does Milton dislike doctors?
I don't know. Just ask him. But be warned,
Don't start cracking, dude.
Milton is not the chatty type.
Okay. So did I crack her? Nope, couldn't do it. All the way, shit.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Okay, where did this jackass go? There was somebody walking this way.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon.
He just walking around talking to everybody here.
And who are you?
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal. You're nothing but dust blown by the winds of eternity.
I beg your pardon.
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well, tonight maybe I'm inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep calling me mortal. Why is that?
Because you're Mortal Kombat.
And if I'm mortal, what are you?
Well, Dr. Reed, if you must know, I'm a vampire.
And why do you believe you're a vampire?
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
Please, describe to me how you feel. What is it like to be a vampire?
I can hear my body crumble from the inside as my flesh cracks and fades. I sense the last pulse of postulant blood within my drying veins. I need new blood.
I see. Have you ever heard of Cotard syndrome, Miss Howcroft?
Never.
It's a mental illness discovered by a French neurologist named Jules Cotard. The affected patients are delusional. They believe that they are putrefying, that they are dead, A ghost or a ghoul. Or in your case, a vampire.
Delusional, you say? Oh, sad and petty mortal. You can't even begin to understand the concept of immortality. And you think it is I who am delusional.
I'm assuming you must be a patient here. Am I right, Miss Howard?
It's only a cover. To hide from my enemies. I can leave whenever I want. As a woman, a spirit, fog, or bat.
Then why don't you just leave then, you dumb fuck?
Who are these enemies you mentioned? Can you describe them?
I cannot say for sure. But I sense their eyes on me from nearby. I feel them watching me every time I visit the garden near the morgue.
The staff here are not your enemy. They're here to help you, to care for you.
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of the men and women who hunt me. For I am a vampire.
I see. Don't worry. These people will not find you here.
You're loony.
I'll personally make sure they leave you alone.
Thank you, mortal. But do not interfere with them, for you are no match for those that hunt me.
Yo, mama. Ah.
Who are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal?
Nope.
What do you require? Proof of my powers?
I'm curious to know who you were before becoming a vampire.
It was such a long time ago, I don't remember. Centuries of unholy life can have strange effects on one's minds, you see?
I think you're just mentally fucked up. Nope, can't do it no more.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Mystery of the insane. Let's talk to this dude.
Good
Maybe
evening,
he
sir.
thinks he's one.
Can I help you?
Unless you're here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can help me.
I'm Dr. Reed. I've recently taken the position of head surgeon here. War injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
Why do you feel responsible for the injury, Thomas? What really happened?
I wasn't disfigured by any German shells. It happened during my leave. It was an accident.
It was an accident, huh?
Why lie about it?
Come on. It's one thing to come back disfigured by the Germans, and it's another to get injured in an accident that could have happened to anybody.
Alright.
Beauty is not everything, Mr. Elwood.
Says Mr. Pretty Face.
Tell me what really happened then.
I went with a whore in Rouen.
I fell down that
Dead
one.
drunk I was. The hotel was a shithole. There was a fire that night.
Did you start the fire? Were you trying to avoid going back to the front? That's not uncommon, you know.
No. It's just that I was asleep when the flames reached the room. The girl was long gone. Bitch never woke me up. Left me to burn.
Oh, wow.
How is your stay with us, Mr. Elwood?
Oh, it's bliss. I just escaped death in the trenches to be surrounded again by the moans of the dying.
Can I ask you precisely why you're a patient here?
It's the pain, sir. The drugs don't work. It just hurts under the scars, if you get my drift.
Alright, Yes.
Who is treating you? Is someone in particular looking after your case?
Nobody since the old and tired doctor spoke to me. Started to think I was forgotten about. Wouldn't blame you.
You don't seem worried by that.
My face hurts so much more when I smile or cry. I've learned it's easier not to speak. But be assured I'm smiling inside.
Can I do anything for your pain?
Nurses gave me a bunch of pills. No effect. Told you. It's like the flames are under my skin, burning away.
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
I really don't want to talk about all this shit.
No offense. I was pushing too much. I served in France myself. I just wanted to know what happened to you.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir. No offense.
Alright, asshole.
How close are you to Miss Horcroft? Are you aware that she thinks she is a vampire?
To wait for her next nibble is the best reason to stay here. Every time she approaches my bed, she treats me like something tasty. A normal person.
Aren't you afraid? She may hurt you if the game goes too far.
She's quite harmless, I can assure you. Her head's broken inside is all. While I'm busted on the outside. But she's still beautiful. Living proof that there's hope for me.
You do realize she's mentally disturbed. It's called the Cotard syndrome. She truly believes she's a vampire.
In her madness, she never refers to my scars. And frankly, if I could, I'd join her world. It seems much more fun than the real one.
So do you let her bite you? You know that's not sanitary.
And why not? She's only supping a few drops of my blood. And the pain, it's real for once.
She could decide to bite less willing patients.
Then it's another good reason for me to stay here, Doctor.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Disgust on every street corner. The daily routine.
Where the hell did that cycle go?
I wish I could be sick again. Feel my blood boil with the fever.
Alright.
Good evening, Mr. Hampton. How do you feel?
Dr. Reed, is it? Oh, Sora, I must
I'll be the last one I gotta talk to, bro.
I was not myself.
Fucking talking nightmare.
Fear and exhaustion made me say awful things to you, I'm afraid.
You remained perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious, perhaps. But who wouldn't be after enduring an abduction?
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief. Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
Do you know Tom Watts, the bartender from the Turtle? I met him before I found you in the canning factory.
Tom? Yes, of course. Always the helping hand, good old Tom. Without men like him, corruption and despair would have wiped out the East End long ago.
People are still in despair.
How could it be otherwise? The authorities have left us all to rot in this contagious nightmare. No drugs, no advice, nothing. It's a damn shame.
Who should I avoid in this part of town, then? Any particularly evil figures?
Not really. Most men and women are just doing their best. And it's not my habit to speak ill of people I know, Doctor.
What is the general situation in the East End docks?
The situation has always been tough, with a lot of tensions between the gangs and the dockers' trade union. The Wet Boot Boys are very nervous since they lost their leader.
Who leads the gang now?
Since Clay Cox went missing, it's his wife Edwina who runs the show, with the assistance of her minion,
Weena.
Digby.
Has the gang been threatening you?
Ah, no. I've had this nickname for so long, you know, the sad saint of the East End. No one dares to bug a saint, not even criminals.
How did you end up in William Bishop's den?
I had received alarming news about his recent behavior. I went to his place and he refused to let me go.
Why did he abduct you?
William was an alcoholic. His addiction suddenly changed to blood. I don't know why. Just like a patient I met here. This Miss Hawcroft.
You dared to enter this awful place alone. You're a hero, Mr. Hampton. Or a fool.
I'm just a man trying to help his friends, Dr. Reed. William Bishop was a conflicted soul, searching for light.
How do you feel, Mr. Hampton? Medically speaking, I mean.
I feel exhausted. Beyond exhaustion, actually. William drank so much of my blood in his madness. I feel empty.
You're in good hands here. Dr. Swansea is well versed in blood transfusion, and I'm sure he'll take the best care of you.
Thank you, sir. I believe all I need is rest. And then I can go back to the people.
Drink some juice, fool.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Hampton? I can't help but notice the cross around your neck.
I manage a night asylum for the poor and homeless of the docks. And I try to guide the lost and hesitant on the right path to our Lord.
Are you a priest, Mr. Hampton? A deacon, maybe?
Not at all, Doctor. I'm just a man of faith willing to preach the good word.
Why didn't you use your cross against William Bishop? To repel him somehow?
That's a very strange question, Doctor. A cross is no magical token, if that's what you were trying to say. Not mine, anyway.
Have you made friends since you arrived?
Not really. But I recognize Miss Harriet Jones. I knew her when she lived by the docks. That poor woman had such a miserable life.
You never came to see her here at Pembroke? Receiving visits when sick can be an important part of the healing process, you know. We're not just bodies.
You're preaching to the converted now, Doctor. To be truly honest, I thought she was dead. She left the docks many months ago.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll talk again later.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking for somebody else.
It's locked.
I don't know why it's not open. It should be just open. It's not open. I'm about to keep on walking around. Okay, let's go talk to these fools. He's talking to himself.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm new here.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reed. I'm Milton Hooks, the ambulance driver for this shithole of a hospital.
That's quite a blunt introduction, Mr. Hooks.
You can call me Milton. I like to speak my mind, Dr. Reed. Perk of the job. Don't judge me, and I won't judge you.
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye. I learned to shoot during the war, and have carried one ever since. Old habits die hard.
No need to explain, Dr. Reed. And if you ever need a better gun, remember, I may have something for you.
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
Yeah, we can't buy shit, huh? We can't buy shit. Oh, fuck out of you, fucking prick. I don't understand why the fuck I came over here. I gotta go back over there, right? Is this the water place? Really, you're gonna
I cannot enter.
Why not? Where is the fucking place that I came from? Wow. I can't even get across. Can I get across over there? Nope. Wow. What a piece of shit, huh?
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
How are things here?
Not good, to say the least. We're struggling against an invisible...
Come on, man. I'm fucking... Are you fucking serious, bro? This bitch is not fucking done? You gonna give me 4 hours now just because I'm playing the fucking game? You fucking retard.
Enemy, more lethal than any bullet from a gun. It's hard, Doctor.
An invisible enemy. Quite a poetic term for a disease, especially from a nurse.
Sorry, Doctor. These last few weeks have been exhausting. We could all do with a good night's sleep.
Do you think this hospital can survive the epidemic?
We are all volunteers here, and we're trying to hold fast, but how do we beat an invisible killer? Some nurses have already resigned.
I'm not familiar with all the staff yet. Perhaps you could help me.
Brilliant professionals, most of them. Dr. Swansea has a gift for recruiting talent.
Most of them. Is there a problem I should know about, nurse?
It would be inappropriate for me to speak ill of a colleague.
Really?
Is there anyone that stands out?
Well, I have never met someone as dedicated as Dr. Tippett's. He should be a standard for us all here. If only he were younger.
Why should his age be a problem?
I guess it's fair to say he's always pushing himself to the limits. He just doesn't know when to stop and get some rest.
Nurse Brannigan, if you do know something, please tell me. Anything you say will be held in confidence.
No. I may disagree with some conduct, but in the end, everybody is doing their best.
Until unlocked, so.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance. Good evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous Dr. Reed has joined us. I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met once before. At the Rockefeller University in New York.
Dr. Tippett's, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now. Eminent surgeon and blood transfusion specialist.
What is the Pembroke Hospital situation? And please, speak freely.
Start doing that shit, bitch.
This hospital is not exactly the best of London. I'm sure you are used to working in a better environment.
It's more than enough. In any case, the personnel of a hospital are much more important to me than the building.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reed. This hospital does not lack talented people. It just lacks hope.
What can you tell me about the staff in the hospital?
Some are really good, and others are not so good. But during this troubled period, there is no time for slander. I prefer to focus on the positive character traits.
Tell me more about cherished people, then.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most helpful and dedicated nurse I've ever worked with. A clever and cheerful woman.
You really seem to admire her skills.
I'll go even further. If she was a man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
Any opinion about the management?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve, but I must admit he does all he can to keep this facility running during this crisis.
Ah yes, the burden of command. I was fed up with this concept while serving as a medical officer.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office now and again.
You're exhausting yourself, Corcoran. Maybe you should think about preserving your strength.
No. We must keep on healing all those poor souls. We are the last rampart before chaos. Once more, unto the breach.
Nurse Brannigan is worried about you, Doctor.
She should not have told you that. I will have a word with her.
You don't have to blame her for her honesty.
I'm not that kind of man, my dear Jonathan. Actually, Nurse Brannigan's opinion is the only one I may listen to.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
And I thought last summer's epidemic was different.
Come in here.
Damn. The pain. It's here again.
A giant morgue disguised as a hospital. That's Pembroke nowadays.
You don't let me in!
It's locked.
Ah, that sucks. Won't let me in.
I'm busy right now.
Ah, that fucking blows, dude. I was hoping they would let me in. Is that her? Yes, it is.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Why does Dr. Tippett claim you're the main reason he keeps working, despite his fatigue?
If it wasn't for him, I probably would have left the Pembroke years ago.
Dr. Tippett does not think of you as just a nurse anymore, does he?
If you're suggesting he's not taking my gender into consideration when it comes to medical practice and knowledge, I really hope he doesn't.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Another fucking dork out again. That's enough of this shit. I'm done for today, bros. Peace out. Don't do shit that I would not do. This fucking game is just whack. You just fucking talk to people. Talk to people. Talk to people. Talk to people. Don't do shit. Don't buy this game. If you want to talk to people, then you'll buy this game. Peace.